everyone, welcome back to Pace, where we sit down with the best minds in the fitness industry, coaches, athletes, and champions. Today I'm so excited to have my friend and coach and champion, Lawrence Cartwright. Lawrence, welcome back to the show, man.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
I'm sure the audience will learn a lot from you today. For those of you who don't know Lawrence, he's one of the most sought after coach in Singapore, and right now he's competing at the highest level at HYROX. So you built yourself a reputation for having a champion mindset. But what does it actually look day to day?
So for me, having a champion mindset is, when I'm setting myself a goal, that's between my HYROX race, that's with me setting clients' goals. It's helping them achieve and helping myself achieve or making myself achieve these goals without failing. And I think the mindset of a champion not only says what they want, but they also do go out and they achieve their goals. So for me, that's a champion mindset.
Talking about coaching, people say you have a very intense, push-hard style of coaching. And sometimes people can get it very wrong about that concept. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I am you've seen me online shouting at people, screaming at people, they're my clients. I mean, that's just my passion coming out. There is a push hard, some coaching can be too aggressive, too pushy. I think the bad negative side of that is if you're making the client overtrain and you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But for me, if you're laying your workouts and you're doing your workouts correctly, yes, can you train every day in a week? You can. Can you do some double sets? You can. But you've got to make sure your order is correct. If you're overtraining, that's when you're gonna get injured. That's when you're gonna, obviously if you're out with an injury, you're not gonna be hitting your results, the goals. So yes, I'm pushy, but it's just my passion coming out, and I'm doing it in a safe way, making sure my clients, I'm pushing them to the limit, because when they're in the race, they need to experience what the limit is and where they are. And I'm never going to stop that, but making sure in their workouts it's all done correctly, and they're not overtraining in certain areas.
Right. So it's just, I've been also training with you, so I know how it feels to have that intense, but at the same time, you also check in with me, making sure that I don't overtrain and adjust the workout.
Since we've been training and the training plan you've been doing, from your first HYROX race to then you race this weekend, what was the difference? How do you feel?
I mean, for my first HYROX race, I was 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then I worked my way down to 140 and then 130. So now I wasn't ready for it was funny because I signed up for a single, but I ended up racing over a single because my partner wasn't there. And I wasn't ready for it, but my body was already ready for it because I trained hard with you, so I just come in and race, right? So then it's just your philosophy, train hard, race easy, right? So that can just very natural.
Awesome, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So if you're doing the training right and you're following the correct plan, you should be yes, you've now trained harder, you haven't overtrained, you haven't been injured, but you've been ready for, like you said, you're training for a doubles race and you've done a solo and you smashed it. That's the drive and that's the passion that I want to give in my training, even if it is I'm coming off hard.
But what would you say to the client or motivate the client when they are feeling they're not there or they're having a hard period?
So if someone's not feeling for example, this actually happened to me with one of my clients, close client of mine. He was wanting to train for the race.
Yeah.
I know this as an athlete myself, and if I'm competing in HYROX, you do get some serious pressure. Your time's out there, you've been training hard, you want to get a PB, and if it's you're putting all your time and effort into this race, and you're not feeling 100%, it's going to just freak you out. You're going to start to worry. So this thing started to him. He done a bit of travelling. He wasn't quite training 100%, coming closer to the race. Not because he didn't want to, just because timing and schedule wasn't really helping. It wasn't there for him. So I actually suggested, why didn't you he actually said, I'm not race, he pulled out. And I said, I supported him. I was like, yeah, I understand, mate, it's so fine. But I said, why didn't you still race and do a double? Just find someone, and I helped him, my community, I've got someone to race with him. And he done it, and he finished this race. He actually has never done a men's pro, but ended up doing a men's pro doubles because it was a better time. Competed with one of my clients. They came out with 108. It was the first time they're racing together. They actually smashed it, and he's never been happier. And he's super committed. He can't wait to restart for next season or next year to attack his races because the first one was banged on. So my answer would be working with their needs, trying to find a positive outcome, even if they aren't 100% ready to race. Try and think, try to find a way how they can race and still be positive and still have less pressure on them.
And for HYROX, the biggest difference is the running.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the athletes in HYROX. The runners are the ones who are definitely they're getting the quicker times initially at the start. There is some guys who are maybe just, for example, they're trying to get into the men's pro and they're maybe just not quite heavy enough, and then it slows them right down to the open, so they're like the whippets, and they're very fast in runs, but the stations are slowing them down. I think now it's about finding that perfect balance. But if you come into a HYROX race and running is your weakness, then that needs to be your main focus to get your running better.
And you are launching a running challenge.
Yeah, so speaking of runs, I've got a 8-week run plan coming up. It's going to start in January. It's going to be a 10K challenge. It's who can basically, you're going to do it before time. 8 weeks later, you're going to be doing another time, and it's basically who can improve their 10K over the 8-week course. You'll be locking in like 3 to 4 run sessions per week. My program is all going to be online on your app, Pace.
Yes.
I'm super excited to be launching that. I'm super excited to get feedback from the clients who run it. I already know the results of the program work because it's something I've been doing myself over the last couple of years since racing in HYROX. And for me, 10K is the running distance I like to work on for my HYROX race. Like, I run 3 to 4 times a week, but I don't really cover more than a 10K per go. I don't think you necessarily need to. I think if you are doing more, that's when you can start probably losing muscle mass, and as a HYROX athlete and like someone in the pro, you've got to be maintaining that muscle mass. You have to become strong depending on what weight you actually are, but I generally don't really go too much past 10 km running myself even.
So the program will have a mix of intervals and
yeah, so I mean, as like how you need to get better at running is, yes, you need to have that volume in there, but if you're increasing your volume, you can't be overdoing it on, for example, interval training. So it's a perfect mix of like base building on a lower zone 2, so coming on to like slower, steady runs. A mix of threshold training, so running, at your threshold, distances will change over the 8-week period. And then of course like an interval session where you're going to be working more speed with longer recovery to get your top speed of movement faster.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and I'm sure a lot of people will love the challenge. Have you ever felt burnt out as a coach, especially when you're competing and also coaching at such a high, intense frequency?
Yeah, good question. I mean, as a coach, I think, I've actually been coaching since I was 19 years old here in Singapore as a personal trainer. I'm now approaching 32. It's been obviously, my career's it's flown by, but I've had a decent amount of years now as a personal trainer. When it comes to me doing it with trying to compete at such a high level in the sport HYROX, I've definitely found the balance of what I need to do. Although my days are long, I wake up at just before 5 AM every day, jump in my ice bath, I go do my morning boot camps, basically doing 6, 7 AM boot camps, and then do my first workout of the day was in a cardio session about 8:30 to 9:30. I then have some food, then do a 4-hour block of coaching between 10 and 2. I then do my second workout of the day, which is my strength session or a harder HYROX session. That's between 2 and 3. I then eat, and then I do my evening clients. So like over that, I'm normally coaching 10 hours with 2 workouts.
Yeah.
But I've nailed the sweet spot. Like that doesn't burn me out. Like I'm up at that time. I always finish at 7. I 7. I get home, I eat a big meal, and sleep is when I'm always getting like good quality sleep no matter what. Like, if some friend came, even if like a friend came from the UK, I haven't seen in years, they're like, hey, what are you doing on a Wednesday night when you come eating dinner? I would say, I'm sorry, no. Like, that's going to disrupt my routine. You can meet me on a Saturday between these hours and this sort of thing. So, as a coach being burnt out, I don't get burnt out because my routine is so fixed. When it comes to chucking in the HYROX racing, I do have pressure for myself that can like maybe affect, maybe not my mood, but it can affect how maybe I'm definitely more selfish, but I think it's because like it's something I have to do. I have to be selfish because my time is so precious. Nothing can get in the way of like if I need to train, if I need to go to bed at this time, that's something that I have to do and I have to lock in. Because all these small moments, all these small timings is going to help you better as an athlete to make sure nothing gets in the way from me tapping into my workouts. It's going to make sure I'm going to do my very best in every race I enter.
And what do you do to reset or unwind?
Reset and unwind, for me, I'm an extreme person, like everything's go, go, go. So my actual reset is going after a big HYROX race. Sometimes I like to party, have a big party with my friends. I go out, I have enjoy a nightclub, and then have some kind of holiday and chill for a few days, and then straight back in. There's always a new goal, there's always some new race, and it's, I have my blow up, and then I'm back in, and I'm back training harder than ever.
And working out here with your partner, is that unwind as well?
It's motivating to train with my partner. Definitely, me and Chacha, we train together. She's still quite new to it. She's a great student though. I can see she wants to be better and wants to train hard. So for me, it's a pleasure to always train with someone who wants to be there and wants to give it their all.
Awesome. So what's next for you? What's the plan for racing, coaching?
Yeah, so we're about to come into 2026, brand new year. I'm not necessarily the type of guy to say new year, new me. It's always a new year, but it's pretty much the same me, just tweaking what I want to get slightly better at. For me, it's definitely a big year at HYROX. I qualified last year for the World Championships. I chose not to go because the timing schedule didn't work. This year, I qualified again, it really worked. So fitness, sport, racing-wise, HYROX World Championships, that's my big goal. Between that, I want to get 2 men's pro solo races in. I've already signed up for Bangkok. I'm looking at another race, probably April, May time. And then maybe I might do another mixed doubles race with Chacha to try and crack that hour. But they're my big goals. I really want to get every single race I do. I want to get a PB. I want to keep reaching. I want to get better. I really want to come smashing big times next year. So watch this space. And then when it comes to my personal side, my life, it's business-wise, it's going good. Like I've got a fitness company here in Singapore. I'm always looking at growing and adding on, new clients. And currently got a team of BBL trainers. We're actually looking at expanding. We're trying to get more trainers on board. If you want to come train here in Singapore, we do personal training, we do group classes. And then something that we're now doing is actually growing my online platform. We just mentioned we've got that 8-week run plan coming up. After that, it will then be open to training me one-to-one. I'll be delivering full HYROX plans. It could be running with strength, with HYROX workouts. If it's something you just want to do, I want to do a run plan, that will still be available. But I am now taking on one-on-one online coaching clients. I might even open that up for more of a pool of clients in one go, releasing challenges. But business-wise, it's going to be exciting. It's something new that we'll be having on our services.
For those who want to break the 1 hour mark in HYROX, do you have any advice?
You got to be fit as fuck. You got to be ready to go hard. If you want to be at under an hour, it's hard. You're laughing now. You're saying I want to get under an hour. That's gonna be easy for people to do. Believe me, it's some crazy challenges to go under an hour. Like you've got to be really tapped, you've got to be going all in. I think you have to have some kind of good base. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but you have to have a good base of training before doing this. There's not going to be many, like, for example, I'm giving an example here, you could be 40 years old, never trained in your life, you're like, I'm going to do a HYROX under an hour. I think it's a very hard challenge to do. Try and do it if you can, but yeah. But the guys who are on the mark, they're doing an hour and 10, they really want to achieve it, they want to go. It's about like committing and going all in. You have to be giving it your absolute all. That's like you being selfish in your own time, making sure you're number one. You're getting all your sleep in, all your nutrition in, all your training. You're turning down. It's even like you can be super busy and you have work. Like you might be like, right, do I want to get a sub 60 or do I want to work harder and get paid more? Like you have to choose like where you want to go. Like you have to be, to get a sub 60, you have to be giving so much time, so much effort, so much commitment, and that is how you do it. It's 100% commitment and consistency over time.
Awesome. I want to ask you, is there one fact that you don't believe in achieve?
So it's not like, I don't know if it's a fact. It's not a fact, but for me, there's a shift in fitness right now with the general population. Before the general population was all about, I want to get a six pack, I want to be shredded, I want to just look good and have some muscle. Now everyone's doing these HYROX races, they've signed up to more functional training races. Don't be scared to have carbohydrates. People have this fear of they're not having carbs because carbs can get them fat. Same with sugars. As a HYROX athlete, like yes, my macronutrients are high protein, high carbs, very high carbs, and low fats. I keep my fats down, keep my calories down. My carbohydrates, I'm having a bowl of cereal after every workout. Every day I'm having a big bowl of cereal, and it's not like it's cinnamon toast, it's honey stars, it's like the sugary cereal. This doesn't make you fat. This is what's going to fuel you for your workouts later, like to come. So as long as you're tracking your overall calories and you know how much you're having and how much you're burning, don't be scared to have carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, you need carbohydrates to perform, especially as a HYROX athlete.
What's the one trick that you have made your coaching plan that made the biggest improvement in the client's result?
So when it comes to like my biggest improvement from one thing, I mean it's actually, the client sees me and trains with me, someone can see me 2 hours a week in personal training. In that whole week, that's actually nothing. The skills I teach is small habits and making sure you stick to your habits and don't break your habits. So it's almost, there's no one thing. It's about finding the routine, the habit that works for you. So sleeping at X amount of time, getting all your set, how many hours a week you need to get in to hit on your program to get your goals. And I guess it's just consistency, it's being consistent. That was the biggest thing. It's like, right, find your routine, find your habit, stay consistent, and don't break it. So it's about, there's no one tip. I can't say like, yeah, you need to squat more because that's going to make you run faster and you better wall balls. There's no one thing. It's about creating your routine and habit and maintaining it and putting it over time. Don't just go hard for 4 weeks and then stop. Put a year into it and see the results you get there.
And it works.
It works.